My name is Remains if West, reaching you live and direct from the heart of Africa. If you are here for the first time, you are highly, highly welcome. This is the place where we separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I'll be talking about how to create your own spiritual systems so that you can dish useless or outdated tradition. This topic was given to me by a very dear friend, and also to have been thinking of saying something like this for quite some time now. And I think it's a very, very important topic because today a lot of people are confused with tradition and spirituality, and this is a very, very big problem, especially in the area of the practice of African spirituality. When you come to West Africa, Central Africa, uh, almost all part of Africa, what you see people usually do, what they call spirituality, is a tradition. They're practicing tradition. In their mind, they are practicing spirituality, and this is a major, major problem. And you find out that we have some kind of traditional practices that I would like to say they are outdated, or they are totally. There needs to be upgraded. There needs to be uh, changed to suit modern realities. And you will find that these kind of traditions, they are very difficult to change because some people benefit from them. And quite naturally, traditionalists are usually conservative people, and as conservative people, they are usually very close-minded to a certain extent. And many of them are afraid of change. They are afraid of new things. They see it as something that will come in to come and corrupt them and pollute their spirit or change their way of life wholesale, something like that. So traditions are usually slow to change. This is true in every part of the world. They are usually slow, but we can change it. We still change them. We still speed up the process. There are some traditions like in the area of a tribal marks. In those days, in the last, let's say, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, there was this phenomenon of tribal marks in West Africa, whereby every tribe have their own tribal marks, facial markings that they used to mark their members of those tribe, so that each people, everybody will know their own people. When you see their face, immediately you see the person's face, you see the mark of the tribe. You just know, oh, this person is a Yoruba person, this person is a Yoruba person, this person is from so and so place. But with time, they discovered that the markings it makes people to be ugly, and it causes a lot of problems, and people use it to discriminate a lot, and say, oh no, this tribal marks is outdated. They stopped it. They don't do tribal marks anymore in any tribe in the whole of Nigeria, and anybody that go and give their children tribal mark, they are seriously or harshly reprimanded. So that tradition have died down. We also have the tradition of whereby, well, when a man dies, the family of the man, especially the wife, must shave her head to shiny skin or shiny bololo, moro moro. That tradition has also died too. Women are not required to shave their head anymore if their husband dies. Okay, there are some kind of traditions that that doesn't really make sense. That with time they were changed, but we still have some that still need changing, and we need to change them, and we will change them. When it comes to the area for the practice of African spirituality and traditions, many people uh, and many traditionalists are using tradition to oppress people and also to defraud people, especially people that want to come into African spirituality. Coming to African spirituality for most traditionalists now is a way of, it's a major source of income. It's like somebody that wants to attend a higher institution, whereby you need to pay application fee, then you need to pay a very large amount of school fees, not just an ordinary university. It's like an elite university, whereby they charge very expensive school fees for people before you will start the program. And this school is not that if it's even well structured. When they pay that money, they still don't give them they don't give them any lectures. You keep paying and paying and paying, and you get tired, or the person will now become a slave to them. all in the name of they want to practice African spirituality. We have this issue. The good news is that you don't need to go through all this process. You can actually devise or create your own spiritual system that you can use to communicate to the divine by yourself, for yourself. Yes, of course, it is very possible. In fact, the so-called traditions that many people are following today, that a lot of traditionalists are claiming that it is the whole law, it is the all and all, that it should not be break, it cannot be break. In fact, any break in it means that you are going to liable to be punished by the gods. All those kind of stories, threatening, dirty stories, like the same with Bible of God punishing you if you don't love them and give them your money. Some of these traditionalists have this kind of mentality that if you break any kind of the tradition, the spirit or the juju, we strike you down within 3 days or 7 days. They have this kind of mentality to install fear into people. I believe that this is wrong. The traditions they are even claiming were created by men. All traditions are created by men, of course. And anything created by men can be changed. They will not be perfect. Of course, we are not perfect people. And they need to be changed and they need to be upgraded, especially if they don't suit modern day realities. Okay? So a lot of these traditionalists, many of them, quite naturally, as I said, they are conservative people. And a lot of them, sorry to say this, are myopic and close-minded. Okay? So if you find yourself in a system whereby you are in practicing a form of African spirituality or tradition, that the people, that is not favoring you, or it is not in harmony with your spirits or with what you want or your aspirations, it's like you are being forced into it. You can change it or you can break out of it and you can create your own system. And of course, the universe will still respond to you. Okay, so it's not written in stone that in order to practice African spirituality, you must be attached to a certain culture and tradition, and you must obey every letter of that tradition. I don't see it written anywhere. It is not like that in real life. Anybody that is telling you like that want to close your mind, want to close you want to lock down your spirituality to a certain view that you cannot be able to operate or evolve outside that system. And in my own book, that is wrong. Again, for sure, to shut down somebody's spiritual practice or to micromanage somebody's spirituality, it's a very wrong thing to do. It inhibits growth, inhibits innovation, inhibits development, happiness, liberation. All these are the things that we are here to use our spirituality to move, to phantom, to discover. So we cannot just lock our mind. Okay, it's against the law of natural justice, equity, and good conscience to lock down your mind in the name that you want to practice African spirituality. Okay, for you to do this, first of all, it's okay to study tradition like me. I study tradition. Tradition is a glue that holds community together, holds a certain group of people together. If you notice the world today, every group of people have their own traditions and customs. The Chinese people have their own. The Japanese people have their own. The Korean people have their own. The Thai people have their own. Indian people have. Mexican people. Your traditions, custom is based on the understanding of those people, how they view the world, their own understanding, their own interpretation of nature. This is what forms the tenets of that tradition. Okay, everybody have different mind, different worldview. So their own tradition is what their own ancestors have been able to discover that, oh, this is what works for us. This is what we have been our own experimentation in the area of interacting with nature. We have come to discover that this and this goes together. This works this way. This is the best way to approach this issue. This way suits us very well based on our topography, our weather, our environment, the elements that we can find in our environment. All this summation is what makes us to now adopt this tradition. And say, okay, this is our tradition for this group of people living here. Every land have their home, okay? It's based on their understanding. In Africa too, we all have our own. Every tribe have their own. And inside the everybody still have their own minds. So it's not does not mean that everybody will have a general mind to do exactly the same thing. You can work on it. There will be a time where if new generation will come into being, this new generation will discover something new. They will adopt it into the tradition, and the tradition begins to change or to morph, to grow, to develop. This is how life is to evolve. We now that are African people now, it is our time now to look into these our traditions and evolve them. If we see anything that is wrong with the tradition or is inhibiting our growth or our understanding of the universe, we have every right to change it. Even if those people that are pushing it, the elders, for them, this is the only thing they know. We should not listen to them, because if we listen to them, we will make the same mistake that they have already made. And for any father to want his children to make the same mistake he makes, that father, I don't think that it's not a good father. Many of these elders, they are there benefiting from traditions that they made to oppress people. Many of them will not want to change it. So it's left for the young people to begin to change this little by little. Okay, so you can develop your own spiritual system, and if you find out that your tradition is oppressing you, you dish it. For me, my own experience, I don't consider myself as a traditionalist, and I keep telling people, I tell everybody that I practice African spirituality, but I am not a traditionalist, because I don't believe what most traditionalists believe, and I don't believe in a closed-minded system, and I I see myself as somebody that is always learning, and I know where I'm going with this spiritual practice. So my spiritual belief is a mixture of my practice is a mixture of Kemetic spirituality, West African spirituality, and common sense, and a whole load of modern day science, which is back based on Kemetic principles. So my most of my spiritual practice is focused on the doctrines, or what you will say, the writings of Kushite Kemetic spiritual practices. Okay, because it is a scientific approach to understanding the universe, a common sense approach. So this is what I base my spiritual practice on. It is something that I discovered, and I fused my West African spirituality with all the body and corpus of knowledge I have been gathering over the years. I fused all this together, and I've been able to develop my own spiritual system, which I now practice. Okay, you can say it's an evolution, a compilation of all my spiritual body of knowledge, and of course, all of them came from Africa. So I don't attach myself to any tradition per se. You say I practice Ifa, I follow all the doctrines and regulations. If I don't do that, when it comes to Urobo Igbe, I am not. I don't practice Igbe, although sometimes I attend their service. I still respect them. I see them as living museums. Some people have decided to make themselves to be living repertory of some certain body of knowledge that they don't want to change anything. So I see them as living museums. You can learn from these people. It is their choice. But for me, that is not for me. Okay? I don't believe in a system that will not prevent me from exploring the universe further more than what they have told me. Okay, I don't believe in that kind of system. For me, that system is restrictive, and it is limited. It is way, way, way limited. If I am a traditionalist now, I don't think I will be able to. They will allow me to even tell you many of the things that I'm saying on this channel. A lot of traditionalists, they don't like me because I expose too many things about African spirituality, and my approach makes them redundant. It makes them it's sort of how will I say, empty or useless to a certain extent, because a lot of things that they have restricted their mind to, that this is the only way, I don't do them, and I still get results, and my results are much more faster and effective than most of theirs. Many things they say, you must do this, you must do that, you must do that. I don't obey. I don't do it. I don't follow. I don't listen, and I practice stuff. And sorry to say this, but a lot of them are poor. Okay, and their poverty is as a result of their limited mentality. But you can't tell them this. They will eat you alive. They will just eat you alive. So the only thing I can really do is to look. You can just do nothing but just look until maybe they will start to get it. For me, spirituality is a very personal thing, and everybody is on a different level of spiritual progression in this our race or this our journey to ascension. So if you see somebody believe at this point of their life that say that this is the best approach to them, as far as they seems comfortable in that approach, and they are not complaining, there's nothing you can really do for them. But if they see that they need to refine this approach, then maybe we can start off a discussion. A lot of spiritualists are not going to let me even talk about this issue. Traditionalist people as well, we're not going to let me talk about this issue. A lot of these are people that have locked themselves in a religious embargo. They're not going to even listen to me. They will see me as a typical son of Satan. For me to dare to suggest things like this. And these are people that claim to be highly evolved souls. When you see these people talking, they claim to be working with a very powerful spirits, or be talking about the archangels, Angel Michael, Uriah, Lucifer, big spirits, powerful spirits. But I'll be looking at these people like, are these so-called spirits you claim to be rolling with, are they not telling you things to do? Are they not, can they not see the future? Are they not updated? Your spirits, they're not they computer sensitive. They don't use the internet. I look at these people like dull people, and the kind of spirits that you roll with, it need to be reflected in your person. They say, show me your friends. I will tell you who you are. If you say you are rolling with Ogun or Shun, and yet you don't have power to be able to change your destiny, you are living very, very poor, you are suffering, the economy is hitting hard on you, you cannot manifest visible or average level of prosperity in your life. In fact, you are struggling. It makes me question the kind of spirits that you are talking to. Are they poor spirits? Are they crippled? Are they weak? I mean, doesn't make sense. So, I mean, if I'm a poor man and I want to uplift myself from poverty, I should be making friends with rich people so that I can learn the secrets of wealth from them. It's not supposed to be like that. Why do people go to school, university? They want to learn and gain knowledge that will push them further in life, okay? To advance themselves. Is it not why we go to all this university, or why we learn things? So it doesn't make sense for me to be venerating a spirit that cannot teach me how to move myself further. I'll be saying I'm venerating a spirit. I'll be seeing things happening in front of me. I'll be seeing people making progress. Life is moving forward. People are changing. I cannot even enjoy in life. What kind of spirits am I talking to? The spirits don't have power to move me forward, or am I content with where I am? So this begs the question: what kind of spirits are these people talking to? I don't want to make friends with any spirit that cannot change my life for the better. Okay, so maybe my Ogun and their Ogun is not the same. I don't know. This is what you need to know is that these deities that we venerate to a large extent, we are the deities. We are just kind of using a symbol to venerate ourself, our higher self. Okay, so one thing you need to know also is that nature or the deities, that will respond to you based on your own level of understanding. If you have a very low or minute level of understanding, this is how nature will respond to you. So when you say you're venerating Ogun, you're venerating Oshun, Orumila, calling hot names, big time spirits, this, but you still suffering, it means that maybe something is wrong with your approach to the spiritual practice, or your understanding of the universe is very, very limited. You have a limited capacity to see the future, to be able to get the advance to a certain level in life. or you may not even understand what you are doing. You are not practicing it right. This is what I see. You are not, something is wrong. And it's wrong based on your understanding. You lack knowledge that will move you forward in life. This is why this person is poor. I've seen a lot of traditionalists, many of them are illiterates. They're illiterates and they believe in superstitions. These superstitious beliefs that have been passed from generation to the generation that have no basis. It cannot do anything for your life. It cannot transform your life. You still believe in this superstitious belief. And some of these traditions are archaic traditions. Traditions that are very cumbersome, very expensive, very limited tradition. Tradition that threatens you, that that is oppressive. You practicing this kind of tradition and you say you are practicing spirituality. The tradition already tie you down from moving forward in life. So you will naturally be limited. There are some traditions that don't even encourage people to go to school to learn modern day science, to learn modern day education. We still have some of those traditions. People will say, if you venerate this deity, you cannot go to school. You have to be be in the shrine for the rest of your life. What will you know? It's tradition that does not support knowledge. Some people still practice this. So my point here is that you are the deity. So as you have to see yourself as a deity, and as a deity, you have the responsibility of acquiring all knowledge, all power, every source of power that will make you move forward and exert your influence on this earth as a deity, which includes the power of prosperity, making money. Yes, money is power, and we need it in this present day world. Money is power. The more money you have, the more power you have. So wealth is not a bad thing, okay? It's a very good thing. There are some spiritual systems that see wealth as evil, that have been able to say, as a spiritual person, you don't have to be wealthy, you have to be poor, you have to limit yourself from getting material things in life. You have to live a life that you will be like, let me use an example from the Bible, like a person that will just be doing work for free. You will not have house, you will not have interest in physical properties. You don't need a good house, you don't need a good car, you don't need this. You just be living like the time of the, let me say, like almost like a beggar. Let me use Buddhism, like the way these Buddhist monks are living, begging food, meditating, begging food, doing spiritual work, meditating. That is stupidity. In this modern day life we are living, we cannot practice that. You will be worthless, you will be powerless. People with money will beat you around, they will kick you up and down. Okay? You'll be useless. For anybody pushing that kind of mentality in this modern day, that person is a very, very stupid person. And that spiritual master or whatever they call themselves is a fool, or is a winch that does not want progress for people. I see this a lot in Hinduism. We have some black Hindus right now in Africa that are preaching that wealth, materialism is sinful, that as a spiritual person you must not be attached to anything material. For this present life, if you not get money, you not be personal. Many of them are suffering, selling things on the road, hawking or cheap merchandise. What kind of life is that? No, spirituality must give you power to exert your influence on this physical world. You must show yourself, you must change things, you must be innovative, you must bring developments to your life and to your people. You must make your land a paradise. This is the way the ancient Egyptians practiced their own spirituality. This is the way the ancient Kushites practice their own spirituality. When you go to Sudan, you see a lot of pyramids. The work we are looking at today, this was made by spiritual people that have money. The pyramids, all the temples in ancient Egypt, they were built by people that have money, spiritual people that have money. Okay? This is the kind of spirituality I want to practice. Spirituality whereby you will see me actually making impact on these planets. Okay? Building things, making this world a better place. Having money to protect myself, protect my family, protect my people from foreign invaders. Having economic power. This is what spirituality needs to give you, not to be a bloody beggar like Buddha, meditating like a drug addict. That is stupidity. I don't meditate much. Okay, when I was practicing meditation, I told you before I started this YouTube channel, I was meditating almost 2-3 hours every day. One day I was kicked. The spirit that kicked my chest. They got angry. I was kicked out of a meditation. They told me that it's a waste. It's a waste of time. They have been telling me it's a waste of time. I still want to do it. When my mates are doing things in real life, making changes, bringing things to reality, you'll be spending 2-3 hours one day say you are meditating. To who? It's not different than you taking drugs. Then you sleep and you wake up, you feel high, you feel good about yourself. When you wake up, the world is still the same place, the world is still burning. Then you complain, then you take drugs again, then you sleep. You say you're meditating, you call 1,000 sutras, 2,000 sutras. To who? To one bastards. We don't do that in African spirituality. We acquire knowledge. So you must read. When you come to African spirituality, you must change any tradition that does not encourage you to read, to gather knowledge. You need to dish it, my friend. No waste time. No waste time. You need to remove yourself from that place. When you see one dirty babalao telling you that he holds all the secrets of wisdom because he can do some parlor tricks, then you should listen to him. You should not acquire your own personal knowledge. Just know that this person wants to make you a slave, want to enslave you and your generation. Spirituality is not eating witchcraft to be flying in the night. Okay? It's common sense. Use your common sense to fly in the day. Okay? I choose to move in the day, to do things in the day, make people see me, see my impact, than to say I dream, go on dream world, to go and have a mansion that nobody can see. For me, that is stupidity. Okay? That is sheer stupidity. We need to wake up and smell the pepper soup. Common sense is very, very vital to spiritual development and progress. So you must use your common sense. Common sense dictates that you must take your spiritual responsibility as a very personal thing. You must develop your systems. Tradition can be used as a template. Yes, I'm from Africa. Yes, okay, I'm from West Africa. This is the way they do it. This is the way they do it. This is their own template. Now, how can I improve on this system? How can I adopt this system? How can I make it better? It should be based on your own personal journey, your own personal experience. Okay, not somebody's experience. When you look about your life, you reason your life, my life, or let's say you are from living in America. Oh, my parents came here through one way or the other. Now we are here. We have lost so many things. We have lost so much knowledge. Now, this is what we have now. How do I make sense of all these things? You now meet some people that tell you you must do this, you must, and the things they are telling you is something you cannot be able to do, considering your situation. You have to modify the things they are telling you and do the best thing for yourself. There are some people now, some babalaos they'll be saying that for a person to practice African spirituality, they must fly to the continent to come and sit in their village for 1 week, 2 weeks, to come and pay money and eat African food and bathe in an African river. For me, that is BS. Total BS. First of all, do you know how much for plane tickets? Even the dirty babalao telling you this thing, he cannot even get visa to America. With all his knowledge, wisdom, power, and whatever he claims, he cannot even get visa or even have money to buy plane tickets to come to America. But he's telling somebody to fly down to Africa to come and give him money. This kind of things needs to stop. If you have somebody telling you to do this kind of things, just know that this person does not have your best interest at heart. Common sense will tell you that. He just wants to flee you. Then somebody will be telling you to be bringing all your life savings in order you want to learn African spirituality. Something that is already in your blood. You just know that you are dealing with a very hungry person or a criminal at best. Okay? There are some traditions that oppresses women a lot, even till now. A lot of our African spiritual system, they don't see woman as a human being. They see the girl child as the property of a man. They don't value women. Women cannot even talk in family meetings. They don't have any voice anywhere. You will see a lot of African men today that will take pride in supporting this kind of tradition that oppresses women. They don't even want to discuss it. They will say it is the tradition and they will accept this. This is very wrong. I used to have a friend that had this mentality, a very good friend of mine. This person claims to be educated. He also claims to practice African spirituality. It's my friend, I won't deny, it's still my friend. But this person is a traditionalist. He supports every single tenet of his tribal tradition, and he does not wish to change anything. Even those that oppresses women, and his tribe's tradition oppresses women a lot. He's not even thinking about that. So for this kind of person now, we have this kind of people. How do we change them? Do we support their growth and development? If you are a woman and you practice African spirituality, then you have traditions that make you inferior. Does it make sense for you to be supporting those kind of traditions? If I'm a woman, I will not do. Truth, I will not support it. I will dish it. So you need to start making changes. If a tradition is telling you that you are inferior, you cannot come to the shrine when you are on your period, okay, that is understandable. But you having your own altar in your house, it's your altar, for crying out loud. Your personal altar. Somebody is still telling you you cannot go there when you're on your period. It's God that created a woman. Being a woman is not a crime. You should use your common sense. Okay? Being a woman is not a crime. If it's a crime, then God should not create you. You need to create your own systems that you will be listening to. Okay? Not somebody else's system. Anybody that wants to make you inferior based on your personality, or based on their own egotistic or misogynistic understanding of the universe, you should tell them to go to hell. If you are a woman, you are in a family whereby they don't allow you to talk in family meetings, do not contribute money to those kind of family. Do not be helping people that are using tradition to oppress you. If you're helping them, you are supporting the useless tradition. You are actually supporting them. Don't be giving them money. Tell them you don't have. You are a woman, they should leave you alone. They will leave you alone. Okay? And if you are come from a family whereby people are like this, the best thing is to make yourself powerful. You make yourself powerful by making yourself rich. When you have money, you have the say, according to the golden rule. He who have the golden rule, he who has the gold, make the rules. Make yourself rich, then make the rules and change the rules. Okay? This is the way I would do it too. And this is the way I do it. Okay? I don't deal with people that support useless traditions. Those my friends that support oppressive traditions, I don't give them money. If I find out that you have this kind of low mentality, I will still be your friend, but I will not help you anymore to do anything. You must go and meet those your deities and elders to be helping you. You cannot be practicing something that is oppressing people, making people feel miserable, and that you want somebody like me to be supporting you. No, I will tell you I don't have. Go and meet people that have the same mentality with you, so that they'll be helping you, because it's clear that we are not on the same paths. Okay, we just know each other. Okay, many things we have to change. Tradition is not spirituality. Changing tradition, adopting it, you will not die. No thunder will strike you. No God will come and do you anything, say that you're not following me. I have knocked a lot of traditional practice, and I am still doing better than a lot of traditionalists. In fact, I am more advanced than most of them. When I see most of them, many of them are backward because of the low conservative closed-mindedness. They are backward in practice. They are also backward in life. Many of them, they suffer. Sorry to say this. Many of them, they are not living life to their greatest version. I'm not saying that I am too wealthy. I'm not saying that I am rich, but I am happy with my life. And I'm living a more fulfilled life than many of these people. Many of them, they cannot even come on YouTube to see anything. Tradition forbids them. They cannot do this. They cannot eat this. Some of them cannot even travel. Can you imagine? What kind of practice is that? You cannot even travel from your country, your juju not will let you travel. It is very, very limited. There are some that when they want to do so-called feasts, they'll be begging people for money, distributing envelope like church program that they want to do feast. There was one that disturbed me a lot of time. This woman claimed to be practicing African spirituality. Every year she must do a very expensive feast on the birthday of her shrine. It's a must. Whether she have money or not, she must do it. This is the tradition she's following. So when it gets to that time, she'll be scavenging for money, begging people for money. For me, this is wrong. I told the person that I am not the one that said that you should be practicing African spirituality. Which one are you come and disturbing me with envelope? So if I don't put money now, we feel bad. Your juju will come and strike me. I say, no, I don't support this kind of thing. I don't give people envelope. If I want to give offering to my deity, I don't share envelope. So I don't believe, so I don't see why somebody should come and be giving me envelope to put money to give to their juju. Now me and you now they worship the juju. I did, and I mean say make you go practice African spirituality. Which kind of level be this? I told the person, please do not disturb me. Okay, I don't disturb you with my practice. I don't see why you should be disturbing me with your own practice. But she's following tradition once again. And in our own book, tradition supersedes everything. So there is nothing we can do for this kind of people than to look at them. Okay? So we have many issues with modern day traditions. They need to change. If you are somebody that is having issues like me, you are very free to change. Create your own spiritual system. The best spiritual system that is suitable for you, use it. Make sure we still make contact with you. When I do my offerings, I tell people the way I do my spells. A lot of traditionalists, they get shocked. They say, this is the way you do it. I say, yes, so I do it like this. I don't, any spells that is very cumbersome, that is very expensive, that will involve me going to be doing some sort of abomination, I don't do it. I do it based on my ability, based on my capacity, and based on my common sense and my own understanding of the universe. And it works for me. Okay? I'm somebody that travel a lot, I move a lot. I'm able to be very, very creative and adaptive and flexible. So my practice is flexible. Of course, it has to be flexible. Yes, if not, I will not practice it. Okay? So you can create your own practice and it will work for you. The universe or nature or the deities will work for you based on your understanding. If your understanding is that of a 10th grader, they will work with you based on that understanding. If it's that of somebody that is very intelligent, somebody that is very versatile, they will still work for you based on that, your level of understanding. So we have different people based on the mentality. We are all venerating the same African deities, of course, but some people are more advanced than others. What you need to know is that you are the deity. You need to see yourself, first of all. So any deity you venerate must be in your image. You see the Chinese people, all their deities are Chinese in their image. It resembles them. You see Japanese people, it resembles them. Indian people, now the same thing. When it comes to African people, this is where you start seeing funny things. People putting a Jesus Christ picture inside African shrine. You will see Hindu pictures. You will see everything except themselves. Then you see people venerating Babalaos, believing in superstitious belief that does not make sense. Me, I don't believe in it. I'm very, very critical person. When you tell me something, I must investigate it to the end. It must make sense, scientifically, logically for me. I must find a way to make it make sense before I can accept it. If it does not make sense in any way, I will not accept that story you just told me. Okay, this is the way I practice I'm very critical. Sometimes you think maybe I'm not a spiritualist. Okay. So you can change tradition, and it's not set in stone. Okay, create your own spiritual system. Any system that is very expensive to practice, very, very expensive, don't practice it. Use substitute to do it. If you cannot use substitute, you cannot find a way to modify it, you should dish it. That is my advice to you. First of all, those systems where they say you should buy this, you will see some people practicing. If I where they show me their shrine igbe, half of their room is cluttered with all sort of items they don't need. You have this, you buy this, you buy this, all sort of impractical items in the name of practicing African spirituality. Spending too much money. Money you should be spending on other projects. You just buying worthless scraps all over the place. That this is your own practice. For me, that is stupidity. It's not common sense approach. You will end up filling your room with worthless scraps that will later be thrown away by other people. Maybe after you pass away, half of it will even be burnt. You should be buying stuff that are practical, that is useful. Okay? Anybody that is telling you need to buy this, you need to buy that person just want to sell you stuff. That is important. A lot of people, they're going to sell you stuff in Nigeria. They want money. They will just be inventing craps for you from morning till night to be buying. So if it's too expensive, please dish it. Find a system or create your own system that is not expensive for you. There are some systems that are very, very cumbersome to practice. When some people approach me about certain systems, I will just tell them this system is too cumbersome. I don't practice it. For you to do a certain spell, you have to get 9, 10 items just to do something. Some of the items are very difficult. It's even easier to pass through the eye of camel to get the items. When you see this kind of system and people still practice it, claiming that it's the best system, you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked at what you will find here. Those kind of things are very cumbersome. Please, you are very free to dish them. Nobody will kill you. Nothing will happen to you. Dish them. You cannot practice them. Tell them to go. Thank them politely and leave. Okay? Spirituality should not be stressful. That is what you need to know. It must not stress you. If it's stressing you, then you are not doing it right. Okay? If you have to sweat or you have to meet so many people you have to start importing too many items, it's not right for you. Okay, you should find things from your neighborhood, things around you. Learn how to do herbs, do spells with materials around you. It will work if you know what you are doing. Okay, there are stuff that are outdated, totally outdated systems that we cannot just adjust or apply to modern day realities. They should be upgraded or they should be relegated. Okay, some people will tell you that if you practice a certain system, you cannot travel and leave your shrine, that if you travel you will die, this and that, and that's nonsense. If they tell you that this juju will kill you if you travel, tell them the juju should go. You don't want it anymore. It's as simple as that. There are some practice that we say you cannot have sex or more than 4 times a week or even half a week, or you cannot do this, cannot do that, you cannot. If it's something that does not agree with your spirit, you drop the tradition, nothing will still happen to you. Okay, there are many people that don't practice African spirituality. They are wealthy, they have a good life, many things is happening. I know many people that they have not even light one single candle in their life. They are billionaires. Okay, why is it so? Because they understand principle of wealth. They understand that they are the deities themselves. People like Bill Gates, Warren Buffett. Okay, these are people that understand economics, modern day realities. You need to increase your capacity to understand. Okay, you need to know who you are, your talents. You need to bring them to play. When you have this mentality, you see yourself as a deity. You don't need to pray. You don't need to be spending time in front of a shrine. Okay, you go out there and start doing things. It's as simple as that. You start doing things. That is what shows you that you are a god. Okay, that you are here to create stuff. You see the Chinese people. Do you see them doing any fasting? They don't spend time in any of their altars, but you see them controlling things. They understand what is going on. Okay, so anybody that is telling you have to come to be sleeping in their shrine, you have to come to every feast because you are now initiated into African spirituality, you must fly down every year to come and be knocking as usual in their that person, you're wasting your time. You need to be hard there creating stuff, doing things that will change the world, impacting other people's life. Okay, this is what we make people see you. This is what we prove that you are actually doing the work you are supposed to do on this planet. It's not by sleeping in the shrine, not by singing and dancing. We have so many Igbe people here in Nigeria. Every week they are going to this feast, they are going to that feast, they are going to this feast. They must attend every feast, spending money they don't have, wasting time, energy. Instead of focusing on their life and changing the world, acquiring knowledge, they think it's by dancing and by giving offering that will change your life, that will make you a millionaire. You'll give offering tire, you will still poor. Okay? You will still poor for where you did. Because you refuse to change your mentality to modern day realities. When you tell people, come, you need to invest in yourself, get a practical business, find a way of making money or creating products, they believe that a miracle will happen by doing nothing. That if they are so loyal to the spirits and something, you will just end up being like a slave. These are the people that they will say, the gods will use you, but they will not bless you. Because you refuse to help yourself. Okay? You need to help yourself. So you must change things. There's no way you want to be rich. You must find a way to create services or products that people will patronize. You must make yourself useful. This is what I'm trying to say. Okay, it's not by praying, by giving offerings, by doing spells. You see somebody that is selling pure water, one container, you're doing spells to be prosperous. You're not going to get any money. Okay, you will not. Some people think it's by playing lottery. I don't know how that works. So I believe in practical approach to life, common sense approach. So you need to create your own system, please. Many of our traditions now, especially the area of oppressing women, it needs to change. You will see people, they will say they are Christians, they don't practice African spirituality. Immediately their father dies, they become a traditionalist, want to steal everybody's property in the name of being a first son. We have this kind of criminals everywhere in Africa. People that will be oppressing their fellow women when it comes to tradition. That we say women cannot talk, women cannot own properties. That you clearly steal other people's property in the name of tradition, and you're supporting this rubbish. This tradition have to change. Okay, many things have to change, and it's we that will change it. Charity begins at home. So if you want peace in this world, think of how to be creating peace for other people, how to bring equality. Okay, we are the deities. So anybody that is telling you that there's another deity somewhere, that person is just lying to you. The kind of way you behave to other people and on this planet shows the kind of spirit that is controlling you. This is how I know witchcraft people. I always know them. Witchcraft, evil people, they don't last around me. Because by the time we start interacting, when I see the things that come out of you, I just know the level you're operating. And I push you away. We are the deities, okay? We are representing them. So if you are not doing the right thing, you are not looking for change, you are not bringing balance to the world, you are bringing disbalance. If you are supporting wicked tradition, evil tradition that is poisoning, oppressing your people, you are part of the evil forces, you are part of the witches and wizards we have on this planet. And we have to do away with you. Okay? It's as simple as that. I have many traditionalist friends that think like this, that don't want to change any part of the tradition, any part of their life, especially the men. It favors them. So they are happy that it favors you to be oppressing other people. Don't worry, other people that are coming to oppress you, they are here already. When people are oppressing you, don't also complain, because it favors them too. So a lot of traditionalists, they have this kind of low mentality. That is why I always refuse to classify myself as a traditionalist. Okay, I practice African spirituality from Afrocentric scientific perspective, and this is what I teach on this channel. Okay, so if you want to learn how to create your own spiritual practice, you can sign up for my program right here. I will teach you. Okay, I still venerate my deities. I am a representative of all the African deities. They are inside me. I am them and they are also me. I carry them everywhere with me. Okay, and I do their work, and they also do my work too. So we work together based on my own understanding. So what we do here is that I teach you how to expand your mind. We do a little bit of reading here. We read, we acquire knowledge, we aim to acquire power. We aim to be wealthy, to be prosperous. Of course, money is power and you need it. You cannot be a spiritualist that you cannot manifest wealth in this physical plane. You can only manifest it in the spiritual plane or in your astral world or in your witchcraft. You are not practicing anything. If you say you are a Magnus or a spiritualist, you must be able to manifest anything you want in the physical and in the spiritual. People need to see the word for your body, see it for your life. Okay? You cannot be telling me stories. I get them before, not be property. What do you have now? This is what people want to see. Okay, so you need to have this approach, that common sense approach. It will allow you to dish superstition. It will allow you to dish worthless traditions. It will allow you to focus on your life, and it will naturally open the doors of prosperity. When you have nothing holding you back, you are free, you are liberated. You're using common sense, you are actually living. Okay, this is much more better. This is what I believe is the best approach. So you create your own systems by applying your common sense based on your life experience. Most of us in Africa here, we have seen the dangers of tradition, educated, enlightened people. You dish what does not work, you take what you work, you learn from everybody. You create your system based on your own experience and you use it. As you continue to grow, you refine your system. The person I am now, I'm not the same person 2 years ago. Every day I keep learning, I keep progressing, I keep refining my system. Life is progressive. We must move forward, okay? So you must not tie yourself to any system that wants you to tie yourself permanently to a tenet of tradition. That is stupidity, and for me, that is backwardness. Okay? Don't believe all those people. Knock them, nothing will happen to you. Let them suffer, let them die, let them wither and die. Okay? Don't give them money, don't support them, don't supplement them. Leave them there and move ahead with your life. You will connect with your spirit family as you move forward. You will connect with like-minded people like you, and all of you will evolve together. Okay, so this is what I have to say today, and I believe the word is enough for the wise. Questions or comments are welcome. I would like to hear your opinions and thoughts on this topic, and please don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel. Then if you want to practice African spirituality, this is the place where I teach it. And I have a very, very robust, dynamic approach to the subject that will bring a lot of progress and spiritual advancement to your life. I don't follow tradition. So I think this is the best approach to refining and upgrading African spirituality. So I want you guys to register for my program. If you want to read my book on quantum physics and African spirituality, it is still here waiting for you. You want to do your spell, your X's, your packs, your all 9 yards, oracle tarot readings. I do all those on this channel as well. Apart from that, I thank you very much, and I'll be seeing you in the subsequent videos as usual. So take care and bye. Peace.